And I'm going to speak about community needs, financial security, and now, and generational wealth for the future. Our community needs financial security now. Our community needs financial security now. Our families need financial security now. Your life, you need financial security now. And why do I say so? Each and every one of us aspire and endeavor to work hard and improve their wealth, their well-being, their financial well-being each and every day. That is why we wake up every morning to go to work. That is why we wake up every morning to reach out. That is why we wake up every morning and take our children to school. That is why we wake up every morning. That we can create wealth for the next generation. We are immigrants. We are people that came from, we have migrated as Africans from every continent, from every part, from where we are today. That is not where our ancestors were. But we have the resilience and the ability to go anywhere in the world and possess every wonder and every opportunity that is given to us. While we are doing that, how can we create that financial security? How do you create financial security for yourself? I remember 20 years ago when I came to this country as a student, I had dreams to change my life. I had dreams to change my family's life. I had dreams to create better for my children and my children's children. The Bible says, a good man is that who leaves wealth or inheritance to his children's children. And this goes also to the mothers. We talk about a wise woman in the book of Proverbs that goes out and buys a field. She wakes up very early in the morning, 3 in the morning, to go out and do something, and yet buys a field for her generation. And that is what we are talking here as diasporans. When I came here 20 years ago, the idea even of buying a house was so foreign to many of us. The idea that we can own property in America, or in Europe, or anywhere, was extremely foreign to many of us. All of us, we had a dream to go back to Kenya. That we came to this country, make quick money, and migrate back to Kenya. And the opportunity I've had over the years is, many of us have changed that mindset, that we are here now to stay. We are inheriting this land. We have real estate properties, either commercial or residential. But there's an area that we lack all the time. We talk about financial security. How do we protect that which we have acquired? How do we protect the education, that which we have acquired? How do we protect your wellness, that which over the years you have a PhD, you have a master's, you have a good job, you are earning $300,000 every year, or $500,000, or even $50,000 every year, and the family depends on that. How do you protect that? And that is what we are saying, that community, families need financial security now. Is your finances secure? Are you financially secure? When you wake up in the morning and you're going to work and you drive away, ask yourself, if something happens to me today, can my family be financially secure? If I get sick today, terminal illness, cancer, chronic illness, we are aging. Many of us work in healthcare. We are providing solutions to our American or diaspora. Many of us are working in healthcare, in IT, and many other areas. We provide solutions. We are teachers. We provide solutions. But a time comes when the Lord calls us home. Then the question comes to the next one. How do you leave your next generation? Is your life a liability or an asset? We have homes. How can you create financial solution that grows with you? And that is what we talk every day in our life. And we are so much honored to have this opportunity to speak about these things. When I speak out and I go to a family and I'm teaching them how they can use the power of 1 hour. Each one of us, either we are paid salary for the whole month or annual salary, or we are commissioned, or we have hourly rate. How much do you protect that income? Can you use your 1 hour? That is the simplest. In Washington, the minimum wage in Washington is $15. And I use it as an example. If you are going to work, many of us, I know we work many hours, but if you can save that 1 hour, what can it do for you? How do you make it so that it expound and protect you while you're creating that wealth? And this is what we speak deeply from our heart. We are very passionate about transforming and creating generational wealth. And now I know everybody is asking, Daniel, you keep on talking about this thing. What is that are you talking about? You can have an investment. I call it insurance investment, where you are growing your investment. And many times we hear about insurance, and immediately people say, I don't want to hear about death. Because when I hear insurance, automatically I am talking about me dying tomorrow. I am talking about, are you preparing for my death? But again, I ask ourselves, we Kenyans, how many of us belong to WhatsApp groups or to organizations? Today, we have an event within the Busi community where we talk about if someone dies in our family, then we can be able to give them something. You belong to somewhere where you're contributing money every time there is death. And then we stand up and we say, we don't want to hear about insurance. And yet, you are doing it every day. Do we do that? Yep. Do we do that?
Yeah.
And why do we do that? We are constantly planning for somebody else to die. We are constantly, because we're very emotional when it comes to death. As a leader in the community, I'm always called to meetings. Hey, Daniel, can you help us? So-and-so has lost a brother. So-and-so has lost a family member. So-and-so has lost a sister. So-and-so has lost a parent. So-and-so has lost a child. Pastor Spora is here. We constantly get added to WhatsApp groups every day. But how can we transform that mind and say, let's take care of ourselves first? You have a PhD. You're earning $150,000 a year. But you do not have any investment to protect your legacy. Your children depend on you. Your wife, your husband depend on that income. How do you protect yourself financially? Because none of us knows when a time comes when we get that sickness. We have been that spectrum, me and my wife. At a young age, we just got a baby. And then the doctor said, we can't have another child because she has a mitral valve. regurgitation, meaning that her heart is not functioning properly. And then she needed an immediate surgery. And the doctors told us we cannot have a child, any other child. And we looked back and we said it's not possible. How can somebody at this young age get sick and needs an open heart surgery? We were devastated. I remember wheeling her to the surgery, to the theater that morning. I did not know. I was surrounded by the pastors. I was surrounded by family members, both sides. But I didn't know. At that very moment, I was by myself. I didn't know. My worry was, if she goes in there and she does not come back, how am I going to raise my 2 children by myself? I cried like a baby. I worried every time. When we are going to the appointment, when she's sleeping at night, I am worried whether she can wake up in the following morning. But I thank to God, the surgery was successful. It has been more than 14 years. And I'm so blessed to have this woman in my life that has transformed me as a man. But how many times have we lost our loved ones? And that is the security I am talking about. Then, when we are talking about generational wealth, how can you use even that to protect your business and generate wealth for the next generation? Is there anybody here who can tell me today that they don't think about passing on wealth to the next generation? If you're here and you tell me you're not ready to pass wealth to the next generation, can you please raise up your hand? Is there anybody who is not thinking about transferring wealth to the next generation? How do we transfer wealth then? Which means each and every one of us here or online is desiring to transfer that wealth to the next generation. Then how do we do it? The same way you go out and buy property, it is the same way you come out and buy insurance. If I die today, if I live 100 years today, if God gives me the ability to live up to 100 years today, I can be able to transfer wealth over $1 million to my children and my children's children. How do you do that? That is what we teach each and every night. We are so passionate to transform our mind that we may renew our mind with the ability that we can change my life, your life, and to be greater. Thank you so much. It's been a great honor. And I wanted to give us this round of applause and say, please, let's have that wake-up call. The way we said we're going to inherit this land by buying property, we can also secure our finances and create generational wealth. Thank you so much.